Bro, thank you for choosing this video. Welcome back to this channel, a haven for Chelsea news updates. So find a comfortable seat and grab a drink, because this time I'm presenting 10 stories about Chelsea off the pitch that you probably didn't know. I hope to reach 300 likes. By liking this video, I'm even more motivated to provide as much news as possible and as interesting as possible for you. And finally, please comment where you're from. I'd love to know which countries are watching this video.
Chelsea is ready to continue its positive run when it hosts Sunderland at Stamford Bridge this weekend. The Blues are in peak form after a 5-1 victory over Ajax in the Champions League and are now targeting a 5th consecutive win in all competitions. Meanwhile, Sunderland come into the match with a strong performance after defeating Wolverhampton Wanderers 2-0. But this time, the challenge is clearly on a different level. The match is scheduled for Saturday at 3 p.m. UK time at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea's proud stadium with a capacity of over 41,000. Unfortunately for fans in the UK, the match will not be broadcast live due to the 3 p.m. blackout. But don't worry, match highlights can be watched on BBC's Match of the Day starting at 10:30 p.m. local time, or on the BBC Sport website starting at 8 p.m. Match highlights will also be available via the Sky Sports app. For Chelsea, this match is crucial to maintain momentum and demonstrate Maresca's consistency after their big win over Ajax. Meanwhile, Sunderland is looking to continue their positive run in the Premier League. The question is, can Chelsea maintain their perfect record and continue to dominate at home?
Chelsea are again facing a storm of injuries ahead of their match against Sunderland at Stamford Bridge this weekend. According to the latest reports, Enzo Maresca is certain to be without 10 first-team players, including several key players who are usually reliable in defense and midfield. The most notable is Beñat Badiashile, who has a muscle injury and will not be able to play again until December. Levi Colwill is also out for a long time with an ACL injury, while Cole Palmer and Liam Delop will not be able to return until next month. Furthermore, Dario Isugu will need surgery and is expected to be out until the new year. In defense, Malo Gusto is unavailable due to a red card suspension against Nottingham Forest, forcing Maresca to rethink his role at right back. The situation is further complicated by the absence of Badiashile and Colwill, limiting rotation. Meanwhile, Mykhailo Mudryk remains unavailable due to an unresolved doping case. Maresca admits this situation is not ideal, but remains optimistic that his team can maintain their winning momentum even with a limited squad. Can Maresca keep Chelsea winning amidst this player crisis?
Bro, Enzo Maresca will change things up a lot against Sunderland. With Gusto suspended and several players still injured, major rotations are inevitable. The goal is clear: maintain fitness, but maintain momentum after yesterday's goal fest against Ajax. Goalkeeper Robert Sanchez returns to guard the goal. Maresca needs experience and strong communication at the back. Gergensen is benched for the next match. Right back, Reece James finally starts. Gusto is out due to a red card, and James is fully fit to take over his natural position. Center back Chalobah is trusted to play due to Tosin's minor injury. His partner, Wesley Fofana, is retained to maintain a high tempo. Left back, Marc Cucurella. His offensive and pressing contributions are needed against a defensive team like Sunderland. Defensive midfielder, Moises Caicedo, returns to his natural position after being deployed on the right against Ajax. Midfielder, Enzo Fernandez, fit again and immediately trusted, the main playmaker in building attacks. Attacking midfielder, Estevão Willian, the 18-year-old prodigy, continues to be a driving force of creativity, especially after his magical performance against Ajax. Right wing, Pedro Neto, returned to his preferred position to add pace and penetration. Left wing, Alejandro Garnacho, his energy is incredible, perfect for pressing Sunderland's weak side. Striker, João Pedro, back from suspension, the main spearhead, ready to exact revenge with goals. With this formation, Maresca clearly wants the team to remain aggressive but tighter at the back. But the question is, with this much rotation, can Chelsea continue their positive trend, or will they lose their rhythm at the bridge?
Chelsea's 5-1 Champions League thrashing of Ajax not only demonstrated the dominance of Enzo Maresca's young team, but also the emergence of a new star, Jamie Gittens. The 21-year-old delivered a superb performance, equaling the record held by club legend Eden Hazard. In 95 minutes, Gittens recorded a 93% passing accuracy, completed 5 key passes, and completed 2 shots, becoming the youngest player since the 2003-2004 season to create 5 chances in a single Champions League match. This explosive performance earned him Man of the Match honors. Maresca also appeared satisfied with the performance of his young squad. Besides Gittens, Marc Guyo, Tyrique George, and Estevão Willian also excelled, each contributing goals, but the spotlight remained on Gittens, who finally began to demonstrate why Chelsea spent £48 million to side him from Dortmund. Is Gittens now ready to be Hazard's true successor at Stamford Bridge?
Chelsea returned to the Premier League with confidence after crushing Ajax 5-1 in the Champions League. Enzo Maresca made 10 changes for that match, but the result was still impressive. Now, the Blues' focus shifts to Sunderland, a newly promoted team that has been a surprise performer this season. Chelsea are in excellent form with 4 consecutive wins, including wins over Liverpool and Benfica. They currently sit 5th in the table, just 1 point adrift of the Champions League places. However, injuries remain a major problem. Cole Palmer, Levi Colwill, and Liam Delap are all unavailable, while Malo Gusto is out due to a red card. On the other hand, Sunderland are not a team to be underestimated. Regis Labrisse's side are solid, with players like Granit Xhaka and Nordi Mukiele providing balance. However, Chelsea's experience and individual quality are still a big difference. My prediction is that Chelsea will continue to dominate at Stamford Bridge, with Maresca continuing to place his trust in young players like Estevão and Guyo. The team is starting to find a new identity: energetic, aggressive, and hungry for goals. Final prediction: Chelsea 3-1 Sunderland. Will the Blues continue their positive streak, or will Sunderland be the next Premier League surprise?
Enzo Maresca revealed big plans for young star Estevão Willian after his impressive performance in the 5-1 Champions League win over Ajax. Maresca believes Estevão will follow in Cole Palmer's footsteps, transforming from a winger to a central attacking midfielder. Estevão scored from the penalty spot to become Chelsea's youngest ever Champions League goalscorer, just minutes after Marc Guy broke the same record. His confident performance, sharp dribbling, and composure in front of goal show that the 18-year-old is not just a prospect, but a potential star. Maresca admits that Estevão's adaptation to the Premier League will still take time. However, he sees great potential in the Brazilian's playing style. Just like Cole Palmer at City, he started out on the wing, but in the future I think Estevão is more suited to playing in the middle, Maresca said. With his technical ability and mature vision, this positional shift could make him a key weapon for Chelsea in the coming seasons. Do you think Estevão will be able to replicate Cole Palmer's transformation in the Premier League? Enzo Maresca has finally received a breath of fresh air ahead of this weekend's Premier League match against Sunderland. 2 key players, Enzo Fernandez and Wesley Fofana, returned to action in the Blues' 5-1 thrashing of Ajax in the Champions League. Fernandez was sidelined with a minor injury after international duty, but immediately dominated midfield. Meanwhile, Fofana, who was previously out for a month, is now fit and is in line to feature again in the league. Maresca explained that the extensive rotation he made against Ajax, replacing 10 players from the Nottingham Forest match, was part of the club's strategy to maintain the fitness of young players. "We have to protect them from the busy schedule," he said. However, Chelsea are still without Cole Palmer, Levi Colwill, and Benoit Badiashile, who are still recovering. Malo Gusto is also out due to suspension, while Liam Delap and Dario Esugo are yet to return. With the rotation working effectively and the return of 2 key players, Maresca is optimistic that his young squad is ready to continue its positive trend. Will Maresca's bold rotation be successful again against Sunderland? Estevão Willian is starting to attract major attention in Europe. The young Chelsea winger is now on track to surpass Eden Hazard's Champions League record, and it might not take long to do so. After scoring against Ajax, Estevão has only played 3 times in the competition, but has already scored 1 goal, just 7 short of Hazard's 8 goals for Chelsea in the same competition. Hazard needed 38 matches to reach that milestone. Interestingly, that moment also showcased Enzo Fernandez's leadership. The Argentine midfielder deliberately gave Estevão a penalty so the teenager could score his Champions League debut. Hazard may be a Premier League legend, but his record in Europe is quite modest: 10 goals and 15 assists in 61 career appearances. Estevão at 18 and with the new, longer Champions League format has a great chance to surpass him much sooner. Is this the beginning of a new chapter for Messinho as Hazard's true heir in Europe? Chelsea were in full swing at Stamford Bridge after crushing Ajax 5-1 in the Champions League. And one of their young stars, Tyreek George, admitted the victory was due to them just having fun on the pitch. The 19-year-old was among the goal scorers in a blues fest that featured brilliant performances from teenagers Marc Guiu, Estevao Willian, and himself. Ajax had been down to 10 men since the 17th minute after Kenneth Taylor was sent off, and from then on, Chelsea were playing at ease. Guiu opened the scoring a minute later, Caicedo doubled the lead with the deflection, and Estevão then became Chelsea's youngest Champions League goalscorer with a penalty awarded by Enzo Fernandez. George compounded Ajax's misery in the second half with another fortunate goal. The coach said we have to have fun and be free in attack. That's what we showed last night. Maresca deserves credit for having the courage to trust young players in the absence of his 2-star strikers, João Pedro, who is suspended, and Liam Delap, who is out with a long-term injury. Has Chelsea's new era with these young players truly begun?